So you have an avoidant and they're pulling away. The natural reaction for someone with an anxious attachment style is to chase. But those with a secure attachment are a little different. They override the anxiety. They don't chase. In fact, secure individuals often thrive when people pull away from them. How? What are they doing that the rest of us aren't? Well, to put it frankly, they've reprogrammed their mind to become immune to these types of situations, and they've done it through 4 steps. Let's tackle step 1, which is acknowledging and accepting your feelings. The internet often portrays individuals with the secure attachment style as being this unwavering North Star, as if they're immune to everything. Yet even secure individuals experience anxiety and insecurity, just like everyone else. The difference lies in how they handle these feelings. Secure individuals are keenly aware of their emotions. When anxiety hits, they don't ignore it or push it away. Instead, they acknowledge its presence. They don't judge themselves harshly for feeling anxious. Look at this. This is a Reddit post I found on the subreddit Anxious Attachment. The original poster asks, "Secure people who used to be anxious, how did you do it?" And that original poster gets a response from this guy, Prize Artichoke, who says, I echo what everyone else here has been saying. Definitely learning and becoming self-aware, doing the work, including therapy, learning to self-soothe, no more protest behaviors, etc. I think a big thing for me has also been to sit in my uncomfortableness and do nothing when I get deactivated and let the feelings pass and then react a day or 2 later. Usually I'm pleasantly surprised, and the more that happened, the more I learned to self-regulate and communicate better. So when a secure person starts to get anxiety, instead of thinking, I shouldn't feel this way, they think, it's okay to feel anxious sometimes. They take a moment to reflect on why they might be feeling anxious, and then they accept their anxiety as a natural response to a challenging situation. You see, secure individuals understand that it's normal to feel uneasy when an avoidant partner pulls away. They show themselves compassion and recognize that everyone has moments of insecurity, and it doesn't make them any less secure in their overall attachment style. So rather than suppressing or denying their feelings, they allow themselves to feel the anxiety. This acceptance reduces the intensity of the emotion, which of course makes it easier to manage. But things always click for me when I tie a story into it. So let's play a game. Imagine you are a secure person whose avoidant partner starts pulling away from them. You feel a wave of anxiety. You don't chase your partner or react impulsively. You pause and acknowledge your anxiety. Maybe you'll state the facts to yourself. I'm feeling anxious because my partner is pulling away. You'll self-soothe and think, it's okay to feel this way. You'll show yourself compassion, maybe practice mindfulness, take a few deep breaths and focus on the present. Right now, I'm safe. I can handle this moment without needing to react impulsively. Okay, sounds good, right? It's all very good advice. But how do you actually put it into practice? How do you implement it? Well, the next trick is really where the secure attachment style begins to shine, and quite frankly, where the reprogramming of your mind comes into play. Step 2, the positive feedback loop reward. Many people with insecure attachment styles are caught in a negative feedback loop. Let's take a look at the avoidant who is pulling away. We start first at the beginning with the initial connection. The avoidant individual starts a new relationship. Often they'll experience this initial excitement and interest. Then after that relationship has been going on for some time, the need for space occurs. As the relationship progresses, the avoidant person becomes overwhelmed by intimacy and closeness. This triggers their need for space and autonomy. Next up, we have pulling away. They pull away to regain some sense of their independence. The avoidant partner starts to pull away, becoming distant and less emotionally available. In response, the partner will react. The partner, the one often with the anxious attachment style, responds to this distance with increased anxiety and attempts to reconnect, which can include seeking reassurance, being overly attentive, and demanding more closeness, which in turn creates increased withdrawal. The avoidant individual perceives the partner's attempts to reconnect as pressure and intrusion, leading them to withdraw even further, which causes a relationship breakdown. The cycle of distancing and pursuing creates tension and conflict, eventually leading to the breakdown of the relationship. And then there's the escape and repeat phase. After the relationship ends, the avoidant individual feels relief from the pressure of intimacy, but eventually starts to feel a little lonely. They enter in a new relationship and repeat the same pattern over and over again. So really, two people in this example are being harmed by the negative feedback loop. The avoidant individual and the anxious individual. For the avoidant individual, well, they're harmed because they're being stuck in a cycle of shallow, unfulfilled relationships. They never fully experience the depth and stability of a committed relationship because they continually pull away at the first sign of intimacy. This prevents them from forming meaningful connections and reinforces their fear of closeness. And then you have the anxious individual. The anxious partner is harmed by the constant emotional turmoil and anxiety caused by their partner's withdrawal. They're left feeling insecure, unworthy, constantly in fear of abandonment. The cycle exacerbates their anxiety and dependence on their partner for validation, which prevents them from developing a secure sense of self-worth. And that's what makes secure people so special in my mind. They aren't stuck in this negative feedback loop. Rather, they're stuck in a positive feedback loop. And it all starts with this guy right here, B.F. Skinner, an American psychologist, behaviorist, inventor, and social philosopher. He's best known for his research on operant conditioning. In a nutshell, operant conditioning is this idea that behaviors are influenced by the consequences that follow them. People tend to gravitate towards behaviors that make them feel good because these behaviors are rewarded, and they tend to resist behaviors that make them feel bad because these behaviors are punished or result in negative outcomes. So for example, if you feel anxious and then engage in behaviors that help you feel calm and centered, like mindfulness or self-soothing techniques, and you reward yourself for these healthy behaviors, you're likely to repeat them. On the other hand, if you chase after someone who is pulling away, and you feel worse as a result, you're more likely to resist that behavior in the future. Secure individuals have mastered this concept. When faced with anxiety, they engage in positive behaviors that calm them and make them feel good. Then they reward themselves for handling the situation well. This creates a positive feedback loop where healthy behaviors are reinforced, leading to more secure attachment styles and healthier relationships. But again, I learned best from seeing real examples. So let's actually take a look at how a secure person handles an avoidant pulling away. So first up, we have the trigger event. The avoidant partner pulls away or becomes distant. Then you have the initial anxiety. The secure individual acknowledges the initial feelings of anxiety without judgment, accepting them as natural responses. Then you have the mindfulness and meditation phase. They practice mindfulness and meditation to stay present and calm. And by doing so, they prevent their anxiety from escalating and maintain a clear mind. Then, of course, you have the acceptance of anxious thoughts. They accept their anxious thoughts as normal rather than trying to suppress them. This acceptance reduces the intensity of the emotion, making it easier to manage. Then, of course, they handle the anxiety the right way. They use cognitive behavioral techniques to challenge negative thoughts. They'll focus on evidence. They'll maintain a balanced perspective. They might think, my partner needs space, but that doesn't mean they don't care about me. And then, of course, they have healthy communication and independence. They continue to express their needs calmly and maintain their independence by engaging in personal interests and social connections. Then they'll reward themselves. After handling the situation in a healthy way, they reward themselves. This reward could be anything from engaging in a favorite hobby, spending time with friends, or treating themselves to something they enjoy. Now, the act of rewarding themselves creates an operant conditioning situation, which reinforces this positive behavior, which of course leads to positive outcomes. As a result of their balanced and healthy response, their partner feels less pressure, and they're more likely to reconnect naturally. The secure individual feels validated in their approach, which of course reinforces their self-worth and secure behavior. So the secure individual basically goes through this entire process and realizes, hey, this works. I'm going to keep doing it again and again, which kind of creates this foundation and this building block for them to reinforce that behavior and continue doing so. But if you really think about it, what makes the secure individual so special is the act of rewarding themselves. And that's what step 3 is all about. Rewards All right, so now that we bought into the whole feedback loop concept and we've seen how powerful that can be, let's talk about rewards for a moment. Rewards come in two forms, really. You have natural rewards and forced rewards. Both are essential, and really the positive feedback loop can't exist without them. So let's start first with forced rewards. So forced rewards, what are these? Well, if you'll recall the positive feedback loop graphic for the securely attached person, the forced rewards section could actually be found here. Basically, forced rewards are the positive reinforcements you consciously give yourself after engaging in healthy behavior. These rewards help to create a habit of positive behaviors by making the process enjoyable and reinforcing the actions that lead to positive outcomes. All right, so what does this actually look like? Well, it could be self-care activities. After successfully managing your anxiety or handling a difficult conversation with your partner, you could reward yourself with a self-care activity that you enjoy. This could be like taking a bath or reading a book or enjoying a favorite hobby. They could be treats or indulgences. You treat yourself to something special like a favorite snack, a meal at a nice restaurant, or buying something you've wanted. These small indulgences serve as positive reinforcement for healthy behaviors. Then, of course, you have social rewards, spending time with friends or family who make you feel good about yourself. Engaging in social activities you enjoy can be a powerful reward that reinforces your positive behavior. They could be personal achievements. Set small goals for yourself to celebrate when you achieve them. This could be related to work, fitness. Really recognizing and celebrating these achievements reinforces your ability to handle challenges. It could be relaxation and leisure, allowing yourself time to relax and unwind after dealing with a stressful situation, watching a favorite movie, going for a walk. Practicing meditation can be rewarding activities that help you reinforce your positive actions. And then, of course, we have the natural rewards. So natural rewards kind of occur as a result of the positive feedback loop. Once again, I'm going to call back that graphic of the positive feedback loop, specifically this area right here. These rewards reinforce the positive, secure behavior and encourage you to continue it. So in the context of a avoidant partner pulling away, a natural reward would look something like this. You could have improved relationship dynamics. By handling the situation calmly and without chasing, the avoidant partner is likely to feel less pressure and may naturally feel more comfortable and drawn back into the relationship, which creates a healthier, more balanced dynamic. Could be increased self-esteem. Successfully managing your anxiety and handling the situation well boosts your self-esteem and confidence. You start to trust your ability to handle difficult situation, which reinforces your own secure attachment style. Then, of course, you have emotional stability. Engaging in mindfulness and self-soothing techniques helps you maintain emotional stability. Feeling calm and in control of your emotions is a natural reward that encourages you to keep using these techniques. You could have a positive partner response. When your partner notices your composed and self-assured behavior, they may respond more positively, which can be like showing appreciation, affection, or a desire to reconnect. It could be a strengthened independence. As you continue to engage in personal interests and maintain your independence, you feel more fulfilled and less dependent on your partner for emotional validation. This sense of independence is a powerful natural reward. And then, of course, we have the final step. Step 4, confidence. There's an interesting cause and effect aspect at play here when you're looking at these steps. It starts with acknowledging and accepting anxious feelings. Then, of course, you have the positive feedback loop, and then we did the whole thing about rewards. Confidence is just a natural progression to everything that's already happening. So as a result of the positive feedback loop and all of the natural rewards that start occurring from that, you just start to get confidence. Think of it like investing. When you first start investing, you feel anxious and unsure. So you do your research, you make careful decisions, and you watch how your investments perform. Initially, you'll experience some ups and downs, but over time, you start to see your investments grow and they start to generate returns. You start to feel more confident in your decisions. So every time you see a positive return, it reinforces the behavior that led to that return, making you more willing to continue investing. You start with small, careful investments, and as you see positive outcomes, you become more confident and you invest more boldly. The positive feedback loop of seeing your investments grow builds your confidence and encourages you to keep making smart investment decisions. It's similar to relationships. As you practice acknowledging and accepting your anxious feelings, as you engage in healthy behaviors and reward yourself, you see positive outcomes. These outcomes build your confidence, which reinforce your positive feedback loop. The more you experience success in managing your anxiety and maintaining healthy relationships, the more confident you become in your ability to handle challenging situations. This confidence then fuels further positive behaviors, which creates a cycle of growth and security. I titled this video, How a Secure Person Reprograms Their Mind When the Avoidant Pulls Away. Here's the truth. It's not that the secure person has to trick themselves into doing things. It's about building healthy habits. It's about staying consistent with those habits and reaping the benefits. By acknowledging and accepting their anxious feelings, they set the foundation for emotional regulation. They create a positive feedback loop powered by natural enforced rewards, reinforcing those healthy behaviors. Confidence just naturally happens because of this. Reprogramming your mind isn't about avoiding discomfort or using tricks. It's about consistently choosing healthy behaviors, rewarding yourself for those choices, and building the confidence to face relationship challenges head on. The real transformation lies in the daily commitment to that practice. And what you find is that the more you commit to this, the more it has a complete, profound effect on every aspect of your life. So by embracing this approach, you become not only more secure in your relationships, but you become more secure in yourself. And that is the true essence of reprogramming your mind.